Scrub Nation, we live, and I hope y'all doing good, man. You know what it is? It's your boy, codename Agent, Danger, god damn it. And check it out, man. For this video, I actually wanted to give you guys some more advice. More specifically, some of you new players coming to Marvel Future Fight, because I had quite a few of you guys hit me up after my recent string of videos where I was giving you guys some advice in regards to which characters you should build early on, which tier 3s you should be looking to attain as quickly as possible. I had some of you guys hit me up saying, yo broski, what about so-and-so? What about so-and-so? What if I don't care about so-and-so, right? I don't know her from the comics. She's not the reason why I came to this game. I came to this game because I love, like, for example, for me, I came to this game because I love Black Panther and I seen him in the tutorial. I had some of you hit me up saying, yo, I came to this game because I seen that SpiderMan's Far From Home uniform is in this game and you can play as Night Monkey, right? I had a couple of you guys hit me up saying, yo, broski, I seen that Magneto is in this game and that's legit. I want to play with Magneto. Why did you not talk about him even though you have him at tier 3? So for this video, I wanted to give you guys some advice, right? And again, at the end of the day, it's up to you what you want to do. If you want to move off emotion instead of strategy, that's completely fine. If instant gratification is what you need, go for your favorite character if you feel like just having a little bit of fun with them is going to be enough for you to play this game long term, even if it means losing repeatedly and feeling like you wasted a lot of time. Because in this game, every mistake you make will cost you one of two things or both, time or money. One is more valuable than the other. In this case, and in every case, in my opinion, time is the most valuable resource you have to offer. Once used, can never be regained. You can make more money, you can't get more time. Okay, so if you're free to play, yes, you may want to come to this game and play with your favorite character right away in your ultimate form. You know, the Super Saiyan 3 or Super Saiyan God or whatever, right? However, to get there, you may need to work on some characters that you do not know or do not care about. It is a means to an end. Listen to me, guys, okay? And again, at the end of the day, I'm not here to tell you what you have to do. I'm just here to tell you what you should probably do based on my experience playing this game. End of the day, though, take what I say, make your own decision, and have fun with it. So, for this video, I wanted to give you guys a list of 6 tier 3 characters you should avoid in your very first year. That means the full 12 months of you playing Marvel Future Fight. As it stands, there is 21 tier 3 characters in the game. If you're new, tier 3 means they have this red border around their icon, and that is the ultimate power you can hope to achieve in Marvel Future Fight. However, some characters, even when they are at tier 3, they are weaker than some level 70s, or in some cases, borderline level 60, which means you may invest a lot of gold, a lot of bio, a lot of time, and other resources into them for them to be weaker than some characters that you can literally just have in a uniform or just have in their base form, rare as they may be, right? They may be stronger than some of your tier 3s if you do not invest wisely, okay? So, which characters am I going to put on this list today? Some of them are actually among my all-time favorite characters from the comics. And one of them I mentioned in this video, actually 2 of them I mentioned in this video already, but one of them is basically one of the driving forces behind why I played Marvel Future Fight. Like, immediately after I downloaded it, I jumped into the tutorial. If you've been here a while, you already know what I'm going to say. The Black Panther, okay? He is one of the only tier 3s that I currently, he is the only tier 3 that I don't currently have. However, for February, Black History Month, I will be doing this. We will be getting him up to tier 3 just because I have all the power I could hope for in my roster. I have so much power in my roster that I don't know what to do with it, and I have the resources, so I figured why not go ahead and build a tier 3 that I absolutely love to showcase to you guys. You probably shouldn't invest in it early on. At the end of the day, listen to what I say, okay? It's a means to an end. Work on certain characters, have them fall into place like pieces, right? To get you to where you want to go. And then from there, work on the characters that you love. Because If you do it backwards, it's going to take you way longer. So Black Panther, in my opinion, is one of the weakest tier 3 characters in the game. I say one of the weakest and not the weakest because I do not have him at tier 3 yet, and I like to make my own decisions based on my own experiences. I've seen things and heard things about Black Panther's power, but I haven't experienced it for myself yet. However, looking at his tier 3 and looking at his uniform and what it offers him, just look at this, okay? His force skill offers him a 40% attack buff. His tier 3 offers him 20%. If 40% on his force skill wasn't enough, an additional 20% here, as strong as the skill may be, like I haven't seen anything stellar about his tier 3 skill, right? I have serious doubts that this is going to make him better than the people like Jean Grey, Thanos, Quicksilver, Namor, Mr. Fantastic, etc. So he's going to be, I would say, in the bottom 15 when it comes to tier 3s. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely would not recommend, as much as some of you guys may love the Black Panther, you know what I'm saying, Wakanda forever, you dig? Right? I would not recommend that you work on this guy in your first 12 months. It pains me to say that because I love Black Panther and I can't wait for Black Panther 2 for him to get possibly a new tier 3 or a uniform or both. Nothing wrong with the tier 3 animation, but I would love to see it become much stronger, right? Moving on. Next character you probably shouldn't work on yet. Keep in mind, everything that I'm saying has to do with where the characters currently are in the game right now as of me making this video, which means if they get a uniform or a rework, their position on this list may change drastically. Thor is a character that I recommend that you guys build early on in terms of getting him to level 60 and picking up a uniform for. Tier 3, however, you have much better options, unfortunately. However, a new Thor movie is on the way, so his spot here will most likely change. However, I still have doubts that he'll be in the top 10 that you should get in your first year of playing Marvel Future Fight. Thor just doesn't have enough to keep up with those gods in Future Fight. He doesn't have a heal. He doesn't have the insane amount of damage, right? His survivability is good because he has iframes, invincibility, and damage immunity. So he's a good tier 3. Definitely not down at the bottom with Black Panther, but he's not one you should work on in your first year, if you ask me. Next up, SpiderMan. Literally everybody that grew up in like the 80s or 90s, they're probably in the comment section right now saying, broski, really? You gonna do this to us? Yes, okay? I love Spider-Man just as much as many of you, maybe even more. Literally grew up with him, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, Spider-Man, even though I can complete content with him, he's definitely not a tier 3 that I would recommend to new players, okay? He just doesn't have what it takes to keep up with the characters at the top of the game. He has the crowd control, he has the iframes, he's good for Shadowland, and he's decent for World Boss, but at the end of the day, you want to get characters that can carry you through content comfortably until you get to a point where you have the skills and the knowledge, and then you go ahead and you start building characters for fun, to experiment, and that's unfortunately where Spider-Man falls for me. Absolutely love him. Happy I have him at tier 3, but I am very happy that I waited and made sure that my roster was secure, I had enough power, and then I had resources to spare. Moving on, we have AntMan. AntMan is a very decent tier 3. I wanted to say good, but no, okay. AntMan is definitely one of those tier 3s that probably don't need to happen for you, just because at tier 2, right, you get the elusive hero thing, which is really, really good. It gives you the extra survivability, and in this uniform, you get the defense down already. Like, to be honest with you guys, AntMan's tier 3 is probably one of the most worthless tier 3s in the game. It just doesn't do enough damage. His 5th skill probably does like 2 or 3 times more damage than his tier 3. You would literally be tier 3ing him to have a skill that most of the time you wouldn't even use. You know what I'm saying? So this is a tier 3 that doesn't need to happen. The only thing you're really going to get out of him at tier 3 is extra stats, which means a little bit more PvP value. Which, if that's what you need and you love AntMan, go for it. But again, he's not one you should be going for in your first 12 months. You have way better options than AntMan, unfortunately. Moving on, we have Crescent. Some of you guys may be happy to see her here. However, I'm not putting her here because she's a bad character. I'm putting her here because you have better options in Namor, who costs literally the exact same amount of resources. Namor is a premium character like Crescent, and Namor also has a uniform just like Crescent. However, I want to say, you know what? Forget it. It's YouTube. I don't care. Namor will shit on anything Crescent can do. Okay? Don't care if the video get demonetized. I don't care. Right? So, yeah. Crescent is good, but she's not a tier 3 that you need in your first year. Definitely would recommend her at some point if you just want to have fun, because I love her tier 3 animation. She's fun. She's pretty safe once you get the hang of her, and her damage is good. But I would say just slowly build her up over time. Whenever her event battle comes back, just get the free bios from there and eventually take her to tier 3. You could have some fun with her, but I would say skip her in your first year. She's not her sisters. And by sisters, I mean she's not Luna Snow. She's not Sharon Rogers. She's not a staple that you need to have right away. Moving on. Probably the worst tier 3 character in the game. Definitely the worst tier 3 character in my roster, unfortunately. Basically, Magneto is a tier 3 character that feels more like a tier 2 character. Not a tier 2.5, more like a tier 2 character, right? The animation for his tier 3 is really, really cool. However, Magneto's skills leave much to be desired. They're super slow. They don't do that much damage. They really feel dated, and he desperately needs a uniform. I think if he gets a uniform, he may actually get, like, seriously, the AntMan treatment where his first 5 skills are more important than his tier 3. Unless they ramp up the damage on the tier 3. Because, yeah, so far I'm not seeing too much out of him. Very, very disappointed. Literally the one and only game mode where Magneto actually performs like a tier 3 is in Shadowland. Why? Because of his tier 2 passive, right? His tier 2 passive gives him a massive attack buff when he goes up against humans, and I would say about 75-80% of the characters that you fight in Shadowland are humans, so you stack that with his leadership and the tier 3 rank, and it's problems, right? Magneto could probably push all the way up to stage 100, which is good for Shadowland, but that does not equate to much in World Boss. And if you're building a tier 3 character for one game mode, it should be for World Boss. Why? Because the materials that you're investing in these characters, they need to be able to earn those materials back for you. If you're going to invest a whole bunch of resources in a character like Magneto and he's going to struggle in World Boss, which means you're not going to be able to consistently get back like Black Antimatter, right? Or CCF or whatever. Honestly, that's a wasted tier 3 in my opinion. Like, seriously, every character that you tier 3 should be able to push, I would say, 60 or 70 easy, right, in World Boss for you once your raid level is high enough. And I know some of you guys are going to say, bro, you're just hating on Magneto. You're a hater. Honestly, I love Magneto. He's one of my all-time favorite characters. I think he's freaking amazing. Like, seriously, as some of you guys are going to say, yo, broski, you just don't have him built well enough. How much better do I need to have Magneto built, bro? I got a CTP of rage on him, son. You know what I'm saying? How much better do I need to have Magneto built for him to keep up with some of the level 70s in my roster? Like, no, man. There should be no tier 3 character in the game that is losing to, like, level 70, like, not gear 25 characters. Some level 60s even can outperform him. Damage and damage and survivability wise. Shouldn't happen. Shouldn't happen. And this is unfortunate. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it brings us to our final member right here. Where do we begin? Logan, my dear Logan. Some of you guys are going to roast me for this, but I absolutely had to put him here. He's an expensive, very expensive character. He costs the exact same amount of resources as Deadpool and Mr. Fantastic. And Doctor Strange too, right? Listen to the names that he's in competition with. Doctor Strange, Deadpool, Mr. Fantastic. He's not even close to them in damage. He barely comes close to them when it comes to survivability even. Like, sure, he could probably keep up with Reed, but that's because Reed doesn't have healing. But Reed is actually safe enough because he has invincibility and damage immunity and iframes. You know what I'm saying? It's sad that Wolverine is here. However, after multiple uniforms, right? 3 of them, all 3 of them at Mythic, I've played Wolverine with the best CTP in the game, a CTP of Rage, and I was not impressed that much with him compared to other tier 3s that cost 800 CCF, let alone ones that cost 1200. He definitely should not be one of your first tier 3 characters. It's sad to say because I know some of you guys are coming to the game and you see him and you're like, he's what I want. But he's not what he once was. He needs that old man Logan uniform to remind him of what he should be. Future Fight team, I'm looking at you. If Wolverine gets a 4th uniform and I have to once again shit on him, I'm coming for you. That's not a threat. It's a promise. Okay. Yeah, guys. So these are the tier 3 characters that I think you shouldn't be going for in your first year. It's unfortunate that I have to put so many iconic characters here, but that's basically Marvel Future Fight in a nutshell. Iconic characters kind of get shitted on, which to me is kind of silly because these icons are what bring people to the game, and the better they are, the more money the Future Fight team could hope to make. Because imagine if I'm here telling people, yo, go get Wolverine's uniform, get it to Mythic. They make way more money, right? Way more money because it's expensive to work on characters like these, bro. Magneto costs you crystals and he's the worst deluxe package character. Like, he's literally weaker than Sue Storm and Betsy, who don't even have tier 3 yet, right? Betsy at level 60 could probably make Magneto look wash. Like, no, man, no, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, these are the tier 3s I think you should skip over in your first year. Come back to them once you had some of the staples like, you know what I'm saying, Thanos, maybe Apocalypse, maybe Jean Grey, Mr. Fantastic, definitely Doctor Strange, definitely Deadpool, definitely Namor, right? Definitely go for them over these guys. If you don't want to go for Sharon Rogers, even though they literally give you everything you need to at the start of the game to get her to like level 60 tier 2, you can go for somebody like Iron Man. But honestly, anything Iron Man is going to do for the most part, Sharon Rogers is going to do it, and she's probably going to do it better in terms of damage and overall survivability because she's super tanky and she has the heal that Iron Man has. You know what I'm saying? So it's something for you guys to think about. At the end of the day, it's up to you what you want to do. Till next time, stay safe. I love you guys, and I will catch you in the next one. Hit me up if there's anything else you guys want to see. I'm on Discord, I'm on Twitter, and sometimes I'm on Instagram. Till then, though, stay safe. I'm gone.